What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is probably the biggest video I've had to prepare for in the month of October. And that is because today is my entire horror movie collection, and we are talking Blu-rays, 4Ks, and a few Criterions. Now, I say it's the biggest video of this month because last night I was pulling movies for a couple of hours because I wanted to make sure I had every single one. I was going through the racks like crazy, very meticulously, searching. There were a few I missed, so I'm glad I went back and I grabbed them. I believe I have every single one, and we are talking a couple of hundred. Now, I'm not including steelbooks in this. I did a separate video for that because if I combined everything in one video, it would be a couple of hours, and I don't want to do that to you, and I certainly didn't want to do that to myself. So I figure we'll separate the two and just make life easy. Now, talking about making life easy, this is going to be a segmented video. And what I mean by that is I'm going to show you things in different categories because otherwise my movies would be everywhere. I'm a type A personality. I kind of like to keep organization as much as possible. So I'm going to start off by showing you the newest members of the horror movie collection, the items I picked up in the month of October, and then I will move on from there. So what's new? What did I pick up new in October? Well, we have Orphan First Kill. Very excited. I love the slipcover. Watched it on Paramount Plus. Highly enjoyed it. So that's what influenced me to pick this one up on physical. Yes, I indeed picked up Bodies. I saw it in the theater. I kind of appreciated it for what it was. It is an A24 title. I do tend to collect those, so I did want to pick it up, give it another chance. I picked up the Wishmaster collection on my Blu-ray outing with the Steelbook crew in Mass, and not in Mass, when we went to New Hampshire. Met up with Dave, Tony, Mizzy, the other YouTubers. We went to Best Buy after, and they had the Wishmaster collection, and I wanted to pick it up because it's not available at my local Best Buy. Gremlins. Now, a lot of people consider this more of a Christmas movie, but I say it's both because, I mean, they're critters. They're not, critters. That's a different movie, different franchise. But I mean, they're not of this earth beings, so I say that goes into the horror genre, but it's also Christmas. It can be both. Return of the Living Dead. I still haven't watched this one, but I really want to because I've never seen it. I picked up Cat People, same thing, in New Hampshire with the crew. Now, yesterday I did pick up Nope. I'm kind of torn with this one. Is this a horror movie or is this not a horror movie? Maybe sci-fi horror a little bit. A lot of these that I'm going to show you are kind of bending that line just a little bit, and when I get to those, I will point them out to you, but I guess I'll show Nope because Jordan Peele is known for his films being more in the horror genre, so I figure I'll put it there. And yesterday, I also picked up Flatliners. All right. And we have Disturbing Behavior. Haven't dug into this one yet. Really want to. I love my Scream franchise. Scream 2 with the slipcover, found in New Hampshire also. And I'm so happy that I did because this still has not been available in any local store. Of course I could order it, but to pick it up in store in person, check that slipcover, make sure it looks okay. I prefer doing that any day of the week. So when I found it in Bull Moose, at Bull Moose in New Hampshire, I was extremely excited. I also picked up Suspiria there. Remake, not the original. And we have some Kino Lorber titles because I did place a Kino Lorber order because of the sale going on. Haunted Honeymoon, like a horror comedy I remember from my youth. So when I saw this was available, I said, yes, I have to get that. Nostalgia wins every single time. Nosferatu, you know how I am with vampires. Definitely wanted to add this one in. I threw in Watcher because it's kind of more of like a stalking movie, thriller type situation, but with those, I kind of consider them horror. It depends. Like, I'm not going to have Fatal Attraction in here. I'm not going to have The Crush in here. Even though those could be, I don't consider them horror films, but maybe this one is. I haven't seen it yet, so I can't say. but from the description on the back, it sounds kind of like a horror movie, so I decided to throw it in there just in case. I could be wrong, I don't know. And finally, it's not a, well, plastic from when I opened it. It's not a full-on horror movie, but it's got a witch in it. And we're talking Teen Witch. Now, when it comes to my horror movie collection, yes, I include everything. Anything with a witch, anything with a vampire, anything with a werewolf. It does not matter if it is obviously Twilight. You're going to see this in here, even though it's not scary. But anything that has those elements, I always put into the horror movie category. Just so you guys know, so you're not surprised, just in case you're brand new to my channel, that is what I do. So Teen Witch, also extremely nostalgic. So those are all of the brand new horror items coming into the collection from the month of October. And now I'm going to show you what I've been watching this month. Moving on next to showing you what I've been watching in the month of October. Now, I do want to give you an update because I did place a challenge upon myself in the beginning of the month to watch 90 horror films in 30 days. Am I going to be able to complete this challenge? What's the progress? Because I didn't really give any updates to you guys. Unfortunately, I am not going to complete this goal, and I'm really upset about it because I thought I was going to be able to do so, but there were a couple of nights in the past week or so, I'm not sure if I was just extremely tired. I fell asleep early. I didn't watch any movies at all, and that immediately just set me behind with everything. So I'm not going to be able to complete my challenge, but of course, I'm going to continue to watch horror films for the month of October, and I'm just going to watch what I want to watch. I'm not going to watch anything that I pulled or anything. I'm just going to watch whatever. No stress. I want no stress. I don't want to live up to anything for the next week or so. All right, so what did I watch in October? Obviously, the Halloween franchise. It had to get a rewatch before Halloween ends, and I always rewatch the entire franchise anyway in the month of October. It's just what I do. I'm a traditionalist. So, of course, regular Halloween, everything on 4K, Halloween 2, Halloween 3, Halloween 4, Halloween 5. Now, I do not have the first Rob Zombie in this pile, or the Rob Zombie Halloween in this pile. That's a steelbook, so that's in the other video. But I do have Halloween 2 Rob Zombie version on Blu-ray, so there we go. There's that. I do have the Halloween triple pack that just came out in the box set. Halloween 2018 on 4K, Halloween Kills on 4K, and the box set, which I should have put in with the new releases, but I just didn't think about that. So I just decided to put all the Halloween movies together. So really quickly, there is Resurrection, H2O. I love these box sets. And Curse of Michael Myers. Now, the box set isn't the best of quality, being paper and all, but that's okay. So, the Halloween janky box set. No, I'll take that back. I enjoy it. I enjoyed watching the movies, rewatching them. It was a lot of fun. Regular Blu-rays. What do we got? Urban Legend. I love Urban Legend. I love this one. It is just so nostalgic. The late 90s, after Scream came out, we had a flood of all of these horror movies, and Urban Legend was one of them. Love it. I exposed Mama Blu-ray to Hereditary for the very first time. Her reaction after watching it was, that was interesting. Interesting, yes, Mama Blu-ray. Ready or Not, love this one. Samara Weaving is incredible. The way she just goes from humorous and funny and just so likable in the very beginning and then switches immediately to survival mode is fantastic. She's great in this film. My Boyfriend's Back, a zombie movie. This is so nostalgic. Watched it the other night. I remember watching this from my youth, and I remember thinking, I want someone to come back to the grave for my prom. Like, that's how it was. I love this movie. I think it's great. The Strangers Pray at Night. This one was decent, but I do have to admit, I do prefer the first movie over this one. The Blade Trilogy. Ooh, this one was good. The third one was interesting. That's all I'm going to say. I think I prefer the first movie. I got to be honest. I know a lot of people say Blade 2 is better than the first, but I like the first Blade. I really do. But I'm glad I finally watched all three. So that's done. Invasion of the Body Snatchers on 4K. Ooh, this one was a good one. Let me tell you. You're next. When the first time I watched this one, was kind of iffy about it. I didn't know how to feel about it, but upon rewatching it this time around, really enjoyed it. That's why I always recommend rewatching things that you find a little bit iffy or you're not quite sure about, because on a second or third rewatch, you could change your mind. And I really changed my mind about this one. The enjoyment factor went up for me. And the final girl, I believe her name is Erin, is so strong. She is such a great final girl in this movie. Great role model, honestly. To have those survival skills, I wish I had those skills. I think every girl should have those skills. We need to step it up. Women got to step up their game and be more like Erin, and you're next. Otherwise, we're done for. So I admire her skills in that movie. John Carpenter's Vampires. I enjoy this film. I think it's very entertaining. Is it hokey? Yes, but I don't care. I enjoy vampires. And I love the slipcover. Love that slip. Gift from a subscriber. I forget who sent this to me, but thank you so much for sending this my way, in case you're still watching my channel. And finally, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I love Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not better than the TV show. SMG, Sarah Michelle Gellar, as Buffy, is completely iconic, but we cannot forget that Kristy Swanson was the very first Buffy, and so we got to give her just a smidge of respect, even though the movie is nothing compared to the TV show. The TV show is so beyond. It is just so amazing and incredible. But every year in October, I gotta watch Buffy and just, show that little bit of Kristy Swanson respect. So those are the movies that I watched in October, amongst other items on Steelbook, but I'm not showing those in this video. So now we are getting into the movies that I have seen and ones that I have not seen. And there's so many of those that we gotta take this to the floor. When I say I'm taking the videos to the floor, this is exactly what I'm talking about. I've done this for a few collection videos now, and it tends to be the easiest for me. So let's get started with this pile over here. We've got hokey Jack Frost. Anytime you need to laugh, put in Jack Frost because it's hilarious. Jack Frost 2. Obviously, I'm going to have a regular Blu-ray copy of Halloween. I put in The Gift because even though this kind of goes into obsessive category, this can be horrific. It can go either way, so I decided to put it in there. Obviously, The Exorcist. Hello. Another horror comedy with The Final Girls. That one was good. I kept this copy of Krampus, even though I did upgrade to a 4K, actually gifted to me from Tony. But I kept this one because someone was saying the special features or there's something better to have with this one, so I kept it. So I have 2 copies of Krampus. Jennifer's Body. Yes, I have the Blu-ray of Flatliners, so this one will be going because I now have the 4K. Sundown, The Vampire in Retreat, Vestron title. I wasn't the biggest fan on the first watch, but I will watch it again. See if it improves. We got Freaky. I did include horror comedies in here, obviously. Happy Death Day. Happy Death Day to You. Get Out. Psychological horror. Frailty. This is a brand new watch just recently. Wow. Amazing movie. If you haven't seen it, I highly do recommend. Hatchet. Really enjoyed this one. I think it's underrated. We got Hellfest. I know how other certain YouTubers feel about Hellfest. They are not the biggest fan. It's not the best movie, but I mean, it's different. I will say that. Give it a little bit of credit. The House on Sorority Row. I really enjoy this one. It's a great slasher movie. Scream Pretty Peggy. This is like a mini series brought into movie form. I thought it was going to be something different, but it's okay. I just expected something else. The main reason I wanted it, Bette Davis, but it's all right. I've only seen it one time. Obviously, Scream. I'm going to have the Scream set. This is the first 3 movies with 2 documentaries. Wonderful. And of course, Scream 4. Interview with the Vampire. This needs a 4K. That'd be great to have a 4K. Jacob's Wife. Wasn't the biggest fan, but I will try it again. The Faculty. And The Invisible Man. Nice slipcover on that one. Okay. I'm going to have to sit. All right. This makes things easier. I'm going to sit and I'm going to scooch. I hope you guys are okay with that. All right. We've got Us. The Twilight movies. I already warned you guys. These are in the pile. There's vampires. There's werewolves. So I just put it into the horror, even though it's not. So Twilight. New Moon. Eclipse. Breaking Dawn Part 1. And Breaking Dawn Part 2. Actually, Mama Blu-ray picked these ones up for me at Walmart for like $5 at the time. You can't get them now, I don't think. Till Death. I put this one in here because it is like psychological horror. It is. Like, it's a very horrific thing that happens to her, so I put it in there. Splatter University from, Vinegar Syndrome. We got Graduation Day from Vinegar Syndrome. Same thing, Shallow Grave. And The Amityville Horror. Love this one. Great movie. Great slipcover. All right, we got some Arrow titles. We got Deadly Games. The Stylist. Hell High. Girls' Night Out. Why Don't You Just Die? This one was interesting. This one was definitely an interesting watch. Very, 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 one of a kind. We got Vamp. Alice, Sweet Alice. This is a great slasher with, a very puzzling ending. That's all I'm going to say. A puzzling ending, but I like it. It's good. Bloody Birthday. The Last House on the Left. And The Hills Have Eyes 4K box set. Okay, so now we got some Criterions. We got The Blob. I enjoyed watching this one. I watched it with my dad. He enjoyed it too. Night of the Living Dead Criterion. This is just regular Blu-ray, not the 4K upgrade that just came out. My hand's getting tired already. Oh, I don't have my stand. That's the reason why. I don't have my stand that I use. I put in Parasite. I know a lot of people think, why Parasite? But I put it into the horror category only because it gets horrific. Like the events with the guy in the basement, when it takes that turn, it gets really weird and wacky to me. So that's the reason why I included Parasite. To me, that's horror. Rosemary's Baby. Prom Night. The First Orphan movie. Nocturnal Animals, the same thing. Like, not everyone... That's my cat scratching. Please ignore that. Not everyone would include Nocturnal Animals as a horror film, but it's extremely mess with your mind. So because of that reason, I put it in the horror category. The Night Stalker. My Soul to Take. Not really a fan of that one, I gotta be honest. Mayhem, horror comedy. I gotta watch this one again. I was kind of in and out of sleep. I didn't really enjoy it like 100%, but maybe on a rewatch. I include The Lighthouse because of reasons. If you've seen the film, you know this is a weird and wacky film. And I believe it goes horror. I think this is a horror movie, so that's why I put it in there. Little Monsters, because they're monsters. That's the reason it's in there. Malignant. Love Malignant. Midsommar. New Year's Evil. This one's fun. I enjoyed that one. Nightmare Before Christmas. It can go either way. A Quiet Place, obviously. The Purge movies. I got the 4-pack. And I also have the Forever Purge separately on Blu-ray. The Psycho collection. This was a great pickup. I got this off of Amazon, I think when it was on sale for like $14.99. Awesome pickup. Picked it up like last year at this time. And then Parents. All right, and we got the last stack on this side. And then I'm going to stop the video because I need my my handheld that I usually use, and I forgot. And we'll continue. Young Frankenstein horror comedy. I put in Zodiac because obviously we're talking about a serial killer. So I figure that goes in horror, even though it's more like thriller, drama, but it's one of those where it's borderline horror movie as well. So I put it in there. Oh, my cat's here. Hi, Happy. You want to be in the video too, talking about horror movies? All right. Obviously, X. Put in What Lies Beneath, psychological, ghosts. It fits. When a Stranger Calls. I wasn't the biggest fan, but I got to rewatch it, and I like the slipcover. Old school VHS slip. Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. This one, again, very borderline, but it is a horror movie because the circumstances, the two sisters, being stuck in the house all the time, this is a great movie. If you haven't seen it, you really need to watch it. Bette Davis and Joan Crawford are incredible. We got Vampire's Kiss. Slumber Party Massacre. All right, now we are getting into the Scream Factory stuff. So I have The Howling. Valentine. Never mind my cat. Please. They Live. I cannot control them. They do whatever they want to do. Dog Soldiers. Species. Child's Play 2. Child's Play 3. Where's the first Child's Play? I have that one too. Dawn of the Dead. Krampus 4K. The Naughty Cut. The Fog. Got Candyman. Got The Funhouse. I like that one. Sleepwalkers. I love this slipcover. I love the colors. I love what's going on. I love everything about it. I love the yellow with Sleepwalkers. It just pops. Everything about this slip is amazing. I love it. Evil Dead Remake. I enjoyed this one a lot. More than I thought I was going to. All right, now I have my DVDs from Walmart that just came out. So I have Rob Zombie's Halloween 1 and 2. And also Scream 4. I had to pick those up. They look amazing. Even though Halloween 1 and 2 from Rob Zombie are not the best movies, those slipcovers are amazing. So now I'm going to get my handheld so it's easier for me. And we'll go over there. Okay, I've got my handheld stand. Holding the camera is much better. So let's start off over here. I believe these are all the regular 4Ks that I have. Without slipcover, The Shining. Maniac. That was interesting. Oh my god. That one was so weird. Yes, I have the regular 4K of Dracula, and I have the Steelbook, and I'm not even the biggest fan. Can you believe it? Van Helsing. The Toolbox Murders. That one was interesting too. Actually, it was a really good movie. Scream 5. It Chapter 1. It Chapter 2, even though it says Blu-ray, it's a 4K. My 4K came without a slipcover, so I kept the Blu-ray cover and got rid of the Blu-ray. So I kept the slip, but it is a 4K. Last Night in Soho, I count this as a horror movie. I don't know where you guys would put it, maybe like thriller or something, but I think it goes into horrific territory, so I put it in the horror category. Old. The Addams Family 4K. Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters. I like that movie. The Witch. The Lost Boys. Friday the 13th. Silence of the Lambs. The Thing. So iconic. I love The Thing. I Know What You Did Last Summer. Misery. You have to pick up Misery. If you guys have not seen Misery, oh my god, you're missing out. First Scream on 4K. Yes, I have multiple copies. There's Child's Play. There we go. First Child's Play. And finally, The Craft on 4K. All right. Whew. Now this is a workout, I'm telling you. All right, let's move on to regular Blu-rays now. The Strangers. I do have a regular copy of Species, so I'll probably get rid of this one because I upgraded to the 4K. Sorority Row. This one isn't too bad. Not bad for as far as like remakes or reboots go. It's not horrible. I enjoyed it. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre with Jessica Biel. This is a great one. This is one of the few in this franchise that is really well done. So if you haven't seen it, I do recommend. This one I do not recommend. Terror Train. Terror Train with Jamie Lee Curtis. It hit me the wrong way, I think. I've only seen it one time. I will give it another chance, but it just didn't really do anything for me. 7. I mean, like all the other ones that are like on the border, it's a thriller with horrific circumstances, so it goes in. This needs a 4K so badly. Maybe if I say it like that, we'll get it as a 4K. The Hunt. Betty Gilpin kicks ass in this movie. She's so good. Dr. Sleep. I put in Don't Tell a Soul because, you know, a guy being at the bottom of a well and keeping him there, that's horrific, so I put it in there. World War Z. The Wolfman. Dark Man. Now we're getting into like my my Scream Factory stuff. I have the Scream Factory of Dog Soldiers and the 4K. Camp Coldbrook. That was Cherry Falls was decent, but Brittany Murphy was the absolute standout of that film. We got Final Exam. Hokey movie. Candyman. Yes, Candyman. I put in California. I don't know. Maybe not. Am I wrong? I considered all maybes and just put them into the pile, so got that one. Got Silent Night, Deadly Night. That one's so cheesy. Killer Party. April Fool's Day. That's a good one. Serial Mom. This is a great horror comedy. If you guys have not seen, I do highly recommend that one. Candyman. I believe that is Candyman 2, Farewell to the Flesh. And then Candyman, Day of the Dead. Nice slipcover. That's the only thing nice about it. Death Becomes Her, another horror comedy. Love this one. Meryl Streep, Bruce Willis, Goldie Hawn. Excellent performances. They work so well together. Ginger Snaps. Really like that one. Silver Bullet. And Bad Moon. I wouldn't recommend this one. Save your money. You know, I think I picked it up on a Scream Factory sale. Something like that. So no big deal. All right, we're getting there. We got Escape Room. I put in Edward Scissorhands, even though, you know, it's not really horror, but look at them. So because of that reason, it went into the pile. We got Don't Breathe 2, along with Don't Breathe. Obviously, this isn't in any order whatsoever. Disturbia. Deadly Friend. Dead Silence. Don't even get me started on a random doll showing up on your doorstep. Don't open the box. Don't open the box. The Dead Don't Die. Dark Shadows. Got Chucky Season 1. Craft on Blu-ray, so I gotta get rid of that one because I upgraded. The reboot of Child's Play. I actually didn't mind it. Cape Fear, again, it's a serial killer thriller. It kind of, it's horrific circumstances, so that's why it's in there. Cabin in the Woods. I'm surprised I forgot to get rid of this one because I got the Steelbook, but. Butcher Baker, Nightmare Maker. Oh, this one takes you on a real crazy wild ride, so that one's a bunch of fun. The Bride of Frankenstein. This cover is like all warped and wicked, so I gotta get rid of that. Bordello of Blood. My cat is running around like crazy. We got Bloodfest. Blood Diner. You know how I feel about this one. Oh man, brain in a jar with eyes attached, but the slipcover is really nice. I like the colors. I'll give another chance though. The Black Phone, really love that one. I love Black Christmas. This movie has grown on me so much. The first time I watched it, I was like, I'm not the biggest fan. But then I rewatched it again and again, and now it's one of my favorite slashers. And I'm so excited it is coming to 4K. I cannot wait. 30 Days of Night, great vampire movie. Alone, this one was sent to me by, I believe, Rob a long time ago, like a couple of years ago. I watched it. It's about a kidnapping. I put in the horror category because it is a thriller. It's about a woman that gets kidnapped, and it's just really crazy. So that's why I put it in there. And obviously we've got Alien and Sleepaway Camp. This movie has grown on me as well. It's got some great original kills in here, a twist ending you don't see coming, and so much more. And that's all I'm going to say if you haven't seen Sleepaway Camp. Okay, so now we got some box sets really quick. Obviously saw the 8-film collection. And we got the Chucky series on Blu-ray. And one of my favorite box sets, obviously, is Friday the 13th from Scream Factory. Love it, love it, love it. I love all the pictures on it. It's so cool. Representing all the different Jasons that we've seen in the entire series. There we go. You get all 12 movies, plus there's like a bonus disc with stuff. So this is definitely worth the money. If you guys haven't picked it up, I would recommend if you love Friday the 13th. So those are all the horror movies that I have seen. And now finally, we're getting into the horror movies I have not seen. All right, I am down to the final 5 stacks. There's 2 over there, 3 over here. So these are all horror films that I have not yet watched. Starting off with Survival of the Dead. Amazing lenticular cover. Found this at the Dollar Tree when it was still $1. And I still haven't watched it. I plan on watching it, but I fell asleep, so that just did not happen. Death Screams from Arrow. The Thing prequel. This one is from a subscriber, Nightmare Beach. I think Jasmine sent this one my way. Chopping Mall. Looking forward to that one. The Gate. Overlord. I heard it's zombies, right? So that qualifies. I believe. Obviously, I haven't watched it yet. Life Force. A Perfect Getaway. Body Bags, John Carpenter movie. Another Arrow title, Edge of Sanity, Anthony Perkins. Edge of the Axe. That one just looks incredible. It's like a knockoff Jason or something. I really want to watch it. The Autopsy of Jane Doe. Tales from the Crypt, Demon Knight. Chained. I heard some wacky, horrific things about that one. Final Destination 5-film collection. I've seen the first 3, so I'm going to continue and finish this off with 4 and 5. Universal Classic Monsters. I've watched Dracula and Frankenstein, so I got to watch Wolfman and Invisible Man. And Nightmare on Elm Street collection. I am getting through this no matter what. I am finishing the Freddy franchise. I'm up to, I believe, 5. So I have 6, 7, and 8 to complete. All right, Peninsula, sequel to Train to Busan. The Watcher. I haven't seen this one yet, but it's about a serial killer, thriller movie. So that's why I put it in there. Desperate Hours. This one is like a home invasion thriller movie, so that's why I put it in there. Not really sure if it's an actual horror film, quote unquote, but we'll see once I watch it. I put it in there just in case. The Final Conflict. I found out this is part of the Omen franchise, I guess, but I've never seen any of those movies, so. The Lazarus Effect. The Third Man. The Wicker Man. Deep Rising. Shocker by Wes Craven. Class of 1984. I heard this is maybe horror, maybe not. I don't know. I threw it in just in case, to be on the safe side. House of Seven Corpses, definitely. In the Mouth of Madness. I got Stephen King's The Shining, like billion-hour miniseries, whatever that is. Underworld on 4K. Underworld Blood Wars on 4K. I've got the Resident Evil franchise, complete collection, all 6 movies. And the Underworld collection, all 5 films in there, which I obviously have not watched yet. Otherwise, it would not be in the pile. All right. Move on next over here. Gretel and Hansel, subscriber gift. These are all subscriber gifts, by the way. So generous. John Carpenter's Ghosts of Mars. Ravenous. The Thing from Another World. We'll just cover Possession. There we go. The Good Son. The Bogans. I don't know. I'm not really sure how to say that. Double pack of Dawn of the Dead and Land of the Dead. Paranorman. Not everything's super scary. Goosebumps. The Hitchhiker. Carrie. This was mine, not a subscriber gift. These are mine now. Cujo. Winchester. The Turning. Mom and Dad. I want to see a horrific Nicolas Cage, so I'm looking forward to watching that one. And then Firestarter with Drew Barrymore. So all right, we got 2 piles left over there, and then we are done. Okay, last 2 stacks. So we have a double pack of Love at First Bite and Once Bitten. I have seen Once Bitten, but not Love at First Bite, so that's why it's still in the never seen it pile. Patient Zero I picked up, I think, at Big Lots. The Project, that was from the Dollar Tree. It doesn't look that great. The Night Strangler. Red Christmas. I'll be watching this in the month of December. I have to. Double pack of The Fog and the Howling, still in plastic before they upgraded to 4K. So obviously I'll get rid of this in the future because I have both on 4K. And another copy of Bram Stoker's Dracula. Yeah, let's just toss that off the side. Blu-ray of Army of Darkness. I have the 4K Steelbook now, so I no longer need that one. We'll just toss that off to the side too. Antebellum. I heard this one, I guess, is kind of like psychological horror. I don't know. Obviously, I haven't watched it, but that's what I heard, so I threw it in. Eyes of Laura Mars. This one is also about a serial killer, thriller type of movie, so that's why that's in there. I threw in Signs because, I don't know, because thriller, maybe? It's M. Night Shyamalan. He kind of does like the creepy movies, so that's why it's in there. Again, haven't seen it yet. Ugh. Why is this in here? I've seen Copycat. Well, it's been a long time since I've seen Copycat. But this one is definitely a great serial killer, psychological, like obsessive movie. Annihilation on 4K. The reason why this one is in here is because I heard it's horror, like sci-fi horror, I guess, maybe along the lines of Aliens, so that's why I put it in there. Not saying it's as good as Aliens, but it's along the line of Aliens. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Dementia 13. Gotta love this one. Uncle Sam, I Want You Dead. Love that lenticular slip. So nice. And these are new Vinegar Syndrome titles that I picked up. Hitcher in the Dark. And Dead Heat. Love that slipcover. Very nice slip. All right. Final pile. Here we go. I'm exhausted. All right. These are a lot of work. All right. We got Arnold in a zombie movie called Maggie. Abigail Breslin, I guess, plays his zombie daughter. Why are these sticking? All right. Color Out of Space, Nicolas Cage. I put in Cloverfield. I'm not sure if this falls into horror or monster movie because I don't have any monster movies, like no King Kong, no No like Godzilla or anything like that. Those are in like a monster category for me. So is this monster or is this horror? I put it in horror just in case. 10 Cloverfield Lane. And then Cloverfield Paradox. We got Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2. Double feature, 13 Ghosts, House of Wax. Hangman. Case 39. Held, home invasion movie. The Stuff. Dead End Drive-In. Blood Rage. Season of the Witch. I swear that's Amy Adams. It looks just like Amy Adams. It's so weird. Does she know she's on the cover? The Crazies. Deep Red. And finally ending with The Red Queen kills 7 times. Ooh. And that is it, guys. That is the collection. So that is my entire horror movie collection on Blu-ray 4K and a couple of Criterions. I really hope you guys enjoyed yourself and even possibly got a few ideas of some horror movies to add into your collection. So let me know down below, how many horror movies do you own in your personal film collection? Don't forget to like and subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you next time.